Most people I would think as Astro, and sometimes they add a little title and call me King Astro, but yes, I rather to be simply called Astro, so, but that's me. Culturama gave me that name and it has grown on me. So Astro, to some King Astro. Oscar Browne, my legal name.
All right then, Mr. Browne, and a very good mixture, I would say, of Von Radio and of Culturama. So, Mr. Browne, would you like to tell our listeners why you are here with us this morning?
Well, I'm here to be a part of Von Radio's 50th anniversary celebration, 50th anniversary events that is slated for Culturama 50 and Von Radio celebrating, and the events. Over the years, I've always contributed towards the playground, the summit, and everything Von Radio, because Von Radio is who actually gave me a name, who put my voice out there. So I've always tried to make my contribution to keep Von Radio going, to do my little part in bringing joy to the listening public who looked out every year for the playground and for the summit. So this year is no different. Weber didn't even have to ask me. I mean, I said this is a big anniversary, a big celebration, so Weber, I'm on board. And I tell him, well, I'll make a contribution and hope it'll be significant enough. And he said, whatever, your heart is in the right place. So we are very grateful.
Sounding great. And as much as we are trying to put forward these activities, they would mean nothing without the partnerships and the collaborations we are having throughout the season. So we thank you here, Mr. Browne. And also, would you just like to, for those who may not know about Von Radio's playground, about what we do here during the Culturama Week, would you just like to give them a little synopsis of what they can expect?
The playground is a place of fun. It's a place where children play, and we the adults can have a lot of fun. It's something, as I said, that is looked forward to every year. Weber has, if I could term it this way, some of the most impossible questions, and he knows the answers to the question. And when you hit the answers, then your rewards are usually very great. It has been a part of Culturama for at least the last 20 years, dating back towards probably the life of Von Radio. It has been a part of it. I know people would stand by their radios, have two phones and their landline and their cell phones just to get in to be a part of it. And it's an extremely look forward to event every year on the Culturama calendar. I'm not even going to say on the Von Radio calendar, on the Culturama calendar, because it was born out of Culturama and it has grown with Culturama. And it has been, as I said, a look forward to event yearly.
Sounding great. And as you said, a very big part of what we do here at Von Radio for Culturama, persons would be able to call in and try and answer the quite difficult questions, I would say, and if they're able to solve the brain buster, they go home with a wonderful prize. So, Mr. Browne, even as it relates to Culturama in general, you who have been around for a number of years, how are you feeling about the 50th celebration this year?
Culturama for me is one of the most exciting time of year for me. So this year is no different, and I'm truly expecting great things this year. I've seen all the preparations going in, not just in terms of infrastructure and stuff like that, but more in terms of the persons participating in Culturama. I want to think that most of the participants were out of the gates early. I mean, this year we have like 20 something plus Calypsonians. We haven't seen that number in years. So it shows that something is resonating out there to the people. And I do a little bit of rentals and stuff in terms of properties, and the numerous calls I get from people in the diaspora who are excited to come home to be a part of this celebration. It tells me that something special will be happening in Nevis over the next coming weeks. So things are looking good. The excitement is there. The music is on the radio station. Once you tune into Von Radio, the Caribbean's only powerhouse, you will hear the music of Culturama. And I always said that without the music, Culturama will be at a lull. But with the music blasting out of the areas of Von Radio, it's telling us that Culturama is around the corner. And not just any Culturama. It's our golden anniversary. It's 50 years of all the things that we have we have enjoyed and lived with over the years is now manifesting itself into this beautiful package called Culturama 50.
All right. And as someone who has been there for a number of years over this 50, how would you say the journey over these 50 years have been?
For me, it has been a steady growth. I've been there. This year will be my 27th year, consecutive year of participating in Culturama. I've experienced the thrills of victory, the agony of defeat, the satisfaction garnered from the fans, the public, who appreciate the participation and the contributions that I've made over the years. I normally say this. Without Culturama, and I'm going to also pull Von Radio into this package, because we're all about Von Radio here this morning, the Caribbean Owners Powerhouse. I was given a name, I was given an avenue, a medium for me to express my feelings and to bring forth some of the things that I want to say. So Von Radio and Culturama over these last 27 years have helped me and shaped me and molded me into the person that I've become. So I go with Culturama, I've gone with Von Radio, and I'm truly grateful for them.
All right, sounding very great. And for those home and abroad who still may be contemplating whether they should be participating in what we have here at Von Radio, we recently closed our Song of the Year competition. We're supposed to be having the playground, the Culturama Summit. What would you say to encourage them to make it possible? Because as much as we could put on the activities, they wouldn't mean that much without the participation of the general public. So what plug would you give to them?
Let me preface my response by saying, you see what's happening in the other Caribbean islands in terms of burial, and my heart goes out to the people impacted by this monster storm. But from that, I'm going to say this. Von Radio has been with us here in Nevis for the last 36 years. Von Radio has wake us up in the morning, put us to sleep at night. But what for me has been the most significant contribution of Von Radio is how the fact that they stayed with us through these storms that affected us over the years. So Von Radio has given so much to us. It's so easy for us to give back to Von Radio. So you people out there who are listening to me and who are hearing Von Radio, whether you're here in Nevis or you're in the diaspora, it's easy to contribute. 469-1616. Just call that number and tell people, listen, I want to be a part of the playground. Because the playground is all about us. The playground is Von Radio's way to give back, to continue to give more to the people. So just call him up. The more contributions, the more gifts, the longer the playground can run, the longer the summit can be, more gifts, more rewards and incentives for the people who listen and who are looking out for this. So I'm encouraging you to just call him up. Call up Von Radio, call Miss Thompson here at Von Radio, call Mr. Browne and say, listen, I want to make a contribution to this. I want to be a part of this big, significant anniversary for Von Radio, for Culturama, and for the people of Nevis, because Culturama and Von Radio are all about the people of Nevis.
And there you had it. That was Mr. Oscar Astro Browne, who was sitting down with us and giving us some information as it relates to Von Radio's upcoming playground. And you could expect that sometime during the Culturama week. So listen out, stay tuned, and you'll be able to hear some updates as it regards to the playground and all other events we have here at Von Radio. So thank you once again, Mr. Browne, for coming in.
And thank you. And just one little last thing before we go. Calypso Eliminations is on Thursday at 8 p.m. at Mem's Pizzeria. So we're encouraging all here to come on out, people, brothers and sisters over in St. Kitts. Come on out and support all the Calypsonians. The Calypsos are sounding great. We had 2 tents and they were well attended. People are excited about Calypso and about Culturama 50. So come on out, support the Calypsonians at Mem's Pizzeria on Thursday at 8 p.m. Thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you, Mr. Browne.